Ooh, it is cold. It says 25. The wind chill factor make it colder than that. It's pretty cold today. Ah, watching a little ACC basketball. I don't know if anybody caught where Buddy Bowden, dude, like boomed him and he like punched that motherfucker in the stomach, and they kicked him out of today's game. So I think it's his brother. His brother was having a good game. So and all the stocks are running in red again. When we see the S&P, the Nasdaq, the Dow, all down, look at precious metals. Again, gold is over 2,000, like it's right now. Gold is over 2,000. Silver's up to $26. So didn't check Bitcoin, so really can't report on that. Didn't get to see gas. Didn't look gas up either. So. Um, Hey, what's up, Mr. Lamborghini Leglock? What's happening? What's happening? So, yeah, pretty slow motion up here. Pretty slow motion. But that's what I was doing, watching the games. I was watching Duke play was it Duke and Syracuse? Yeah, Duke and Syracuse. Hey, Lady Donovan. Oh shit. Okay. I guess there's certain type of trolls come out too. I guess it's like, and you know, like when you see trolls, you know the shit is a program, and the program comes on. Ain't nobody just like watching like that and like, well, you know, I better put some Russian bullshit on there. This is generated from a robot. I watched it, as I said, when PNF got attacked. It was no possible way because as we was blocking one, more would come. So that's a pre-programmed attack that they can do to people. So and then Facebook or YouTube is bogus because again they say follow policies, but they can take your channel off, like give you 3 strikes at one time. You know, no warnings, no nothing, just strikes at one time and remove content. Thousands of videos over a span of years. But you can't really cry over spilled milk. This is their thing, and it's like I was saying about hey Marcus, like I was saying about, you know, the drilling on the native land. It's all the Europeans' land. Is love the most powerful unseen force, and does love have a effect on gravity? The love and gravity. Um, it's funny because there's some old cartoons that this animal literally loved when he got fed, and like he would eat it, and I don't remember what cartoon it was because a couple cartoons kind of used that thing, and this is probably 70s cartoons. I want to say it was that Dick Dastardly. I can't think of that whole anime he was in, but he would give his animal a biscuit, and the animal would take it, and you know once he took it, it was like he would leave his feet and he would float. Now I could say the first time the thunderbolt hit me that night after leaving the young woman, it felt like I was floating. It really did, and I've never felt that like any from anybody else. But I remember laying on the floor just thinking about her, and it did feel like I was just floating with that energy. So yeah, I mean, yes, love is definitely supreme. I mean, if you talk about Source, that's one thing Source would definitely gave out was love. That's why it doesn't really have an opposite. You know, they try to say love and hate. See, they try to create things. The same thing, same way with bliss and really joy. They want to put joy with pain, and it doesn't necessarily go together. You know, but that's how they want to. The English tries to attack words. So yeah. Could it affect? It could affect gravity again. It's like I'm walking on sunshine. Remember that song? Love can have you feeling like that. Love can really have you feeling like your feet aren't touching the ground. You know, Richard Pryor would tell a joke. You know, motherfucker was so in love he walked in front of a bus. You know, it's like he couldn't see it because he was full of love. So yeah. Mm. So yes, definitely. Oh, they got the deal done. Okay, but yeah, love is supreme. Love is supreme, and love has so many different vibrations it could spin out from you. So yeah, and the Major League Baseball got its deal. Love is a drug for the brain. I say it could be both. It could be a drug and a cure at the same time. It could be a drug and a cure, and it also can be a disease. You know, people get the disease. Like I've known several people that died from heartbreak. I mean, they could never recover from their heartbreak. That's a real thing. People never get over heartbreak. The heartbreak comes to them and it splits their heart emotionally, and they never recover, and it shortens their life. So, is it possible to make a love bomb? I don't know what that means. I mean, can love be artificially created? Yeah, you can do love spells. I mean, they try to tell you you don't, but yet there's plenty of love spells. Don't know how long it can last. I would say that's the biggest thing. Is like, how long do you think that can last if you did that? You know, the best way is naturally. That's why one thing that, you know, magic as taught in movies and TV always tell you, you know, that they can't do love spells, which we know is not true. They can do love spells. I would say with my looking at it, they're not well, they're hard to maintain, easy to break. And it's like the magic to break them is not really strong magic. So the spells can't really be strong. So I don't know that you could ever artificially give the thunderbolt to somebody. You know, Valentine's shooting you in your heart and shit. Uh, so yeah, you can make it, but I just don't know how effective it's going to be for you, or what your aim with it is. What is your aim? I think that's what some people would look at, like, what is your aim trying to use it? So yeah. But yeah, it could be a drug from the brain. You know, it could be positive and negative. You know, it's opposites. You know, it's always an opposite. Well, as I say, love is supreme. So there are a few things. Let me correct myself. There are a few things that don't have opposite. That's why I say love is supreme, and the opposite is going to be love again. Now, again, like one way when you really look at uh, the way Tim Frisk talks about love being supreme, but also how to be a lucid liver and how to love this reality. Now, you don't have to be in love with everything, but if you face this reality in love, it helps keep your vibration higher, and it stops things from taking the love out of your heart. So you love, so you're not eros with everything, but you love everything that you've achieved, everything about yourself. You love, and you forgive yourself, because that's the biggest thing. It's self-forgiveness, because we're going to make mistakes, but the biggest thing is to learn from them and not repeat them, because, you know, not be an offender. Who is that woman on your thumbnail? LeBron gave up on the Lakers. That's all right. It's the rest season. Free Guy was good too. Too much Mariah Carey music. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Who's that woman on my thumbnail? I don't know. I'm gonna get the whole big picture done. I'm gonna find out who she is, but if I can, I'm gonna still get the picture done, because it's the whole picture. But it looks like she's in the thing I love about that picture, it looks like she's, like, you know, in a war-torn area and had time to, you know, smoke a cigarette, smoke a blunt, whatever you want to anticipate that is. So I don't know, really know. I found it on Pinterest. I'm gonna have to re-look it up to find the real artist, because the whole picture is beautiful. I want to get a big picture like that and put it in the crib, because she's just like, you know, fuck it. You know, this is my reality through maybe World War II or any of these wars, and she's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna relax. I'm surviving, you know. So that's why I love that picture, because she's like, shit, fuck it, I'm a live. So that's why I like putting that on there. I don't know who she is. I'm gonna have to re-look it up on Pinterest to see where that comes from. But yeah, yeah, it's cold as shit out here. I was gonna go out to the outlet, but it's a little too cold. I don't think I'm gonna go now. Probably just grab some beverage and jet back home. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Cooking me up some wings tonight. Wings and things. So I guess if I had anything to say, or motivational words, I kind of want to go into the routine, because one positive thing about routine is your children, especially if you have a positive routine, your children are easily to pick up on these things, like playing music while I'm getting ready, taking my shower, shaving. My son copies that too. So he looks at that routine. He gets mad when I play music for 10 hours, which, you know, some days I need to play music all day. But it's just, it's if you want to find what a positive father can do in his environment for his children is have a positive routine. And even with your spouse, girlfriend, whatever, the case may be, try to do a positive routine that can keep your love up. Because despite the little hits that you might take during the day, you can still keep your energy up. Do you think Trump will be our wartime president 2 or 3 years from now? Stuff people fall for. Looks like Biden. I mean, really, the war is on. I mean, if you want to call this a proxy war, some people might call this a proxy war, but them Stinger missiles is produced by America. So when you see what them Russian planes going down, and that's why they know them Stingers up in there. The Russians got beat in Afghanistan by Stinger missiles. They couldn't do anything to stop them. So the Russians, they done took down what 6-7 planes. So Stinger missiles is cheaper than them planes. How many planes can they afford to lose? Now, not saying that they can't sacrifice them planes to win the country. Definitely would do that, but they still, it's a proxy war. They done shipped. They done gave them $1 billion since 14, $3 billion since 14. Just gave them millions of dollars, and then they say they can't give you any money, but they can ship money over there. And the reason that Ukraine is so that they want it so much is they want a foothold there. First of all, they want a foothold on the Russian border. Ukraine is that. Because there's a lot of corruption in Ukraine. The Ukraine mafia, all these things you can look up to see. There was a lot of corruption. What was Jennifer Aniston? I'm Facebook friends with her, and she has her own channel. But like she was saying that the president, the comedian of Ukraine is a billionaire. How did the comedian become a billionaire? Sissy wants CIA Teddy dead. Yeah, she does. You can't. Yeah, she's gonna try to go get him. She's definitely gonna try to. He killed the one woman's family. So if you go back to season 1, I played a lot of Call of Duty games. The storyline was Russia always going to nuclear war with the U.S. Very interesting as well. I don't really think nuclear bombs exist. If they did exist, they would have dropped them more. I don't think they had them during the Korean War. Because that's what MacArthur said. MacArthur said their breach coming into our allies' territory, the Chinese, we should drop atom bombs. Well, they didn't have any more, but they have the Agent Orange shit. The petroleum they could light up, napalm. That's what to me it looks like they have is napalm. Russia ain't never dropped a nuclear bomb on anybody. I mean, why did they drop that the biggest bomb ever dropped? Remember a couple years ago under Trump, somewhere they dropped whatever they called that. That is all they got. They got bombs. They ain't got nuclear bombs. The pictures tell you that they don't. Again, look at the Nagasaki and the other country, Hiroshima. Look how soon is people there. That radiation stays there for a long time. Radiation ain't just gonna go away in a couple weeks. Americans is there in days. It's on film. And look at the type of injuries people got. It looked more like napalm injuries, the way it was blistering their skin. Now, it ain't hard to put a radiation in the ground, in the water. That ain't hard to do. Americans probably did some kind of some poisoning so it could keep poisoning people. So I don't think that's anything to really fear. They always talk about that shit. It does seem that Hollywood made the nuclear bomb. Yeah, and I think, Nick Taylor was saying that you got a call. Mushroom clouds is something that Nick Taylor was saying that they can produce, and we saw that in Syria when they did that a year or two ago and had the mushroom cloud go up. So it's showing you that it's probably more likely fake. So, yeah. So the possibility of nuclear threat, now possibility of getting your ass bombed is something else. I mean, Dresden, again, what they did to Dresden, practicing that shit. Because the people would be on fire and then they would go in the water. And the way that shit works is, okay, long as you're in the water, you ain't on fire. But as soon as you come out and you got that shit still on you, because it's a type of oil, you light back up. So yeah, yeah, absolutely Hollywood. That's why all these fear programs of the zombie, of the mass sickness. I mean, these are all programs that they try to use to fear people. They try to instill it in your mind. So yeah, but that's what they want you like it's a continuous war is what we're seeing. War hasn't really stopped. There's been a continuous war since what, 2000. So it's been war constantly. I mean, my whole life has been war. Miss something. My whole life's been war. Is there anything more powerful than love? Well, source. The source would be more powerful than love. Source energy. Um, when you tap into source, I mean, a large feeling of love does come around you when you tap into source that you didn't necessarily have before you tapped into it. But that's probably the biggest benefit of being able to tap into source. Source does give off love. So now, far as how we operate, is there anything higher we can operate than love? No, I would say no, no. There's not a higher frequency that we can tap into that's higher than the love frequency. That would be supreme for us. But again, source energy would be the one thing that probably be a little higher than that. But when you tap into it, that's what you get back. War seems like it's been here since the beginning of time. Well, that's not with the hero twins though. That's that Cain and Abel shit. That's that Cain and Abel. Remember, Cain was set to start his own cities, and starting his own city. Eventually, they attack other cities. It's like here, this motherfucker Cain's job was to start other cities. So they're telling you that the wicked created the cities. That's what they're trying to tell you. And then they try to tell you that Cain is really Yabatha, Marduk, the Demerge, because he grows the horn and shit. You know, a bomber was saying that one reason why the horns always curve is when you go through dimensions. If you have a horn, it always curves. So they telling you that Cain is a multi-dimensional being because he has the curved horn. Same way, I guess, the way they would look at the Moses. Moses also has the curved horns. So it tells you how demonic this shit is. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. That's the Cain and Abel, though. Not work with your brother like the hero twins. And it wasn't like the people in South America didn't fight each other. They all the time fighting motherfuckers, encroaching on lands, encroaching on minerals, resources. It's been the same thing. I mean, as soon as the Spanish came in here, they waged war. As soon as the Spanish came in here, they didn't come in here offerings of peace. They came here in offers of conquest. Same with the British. I mean, what I'm reading right now about, them taking the Midwest, it was always just encroachment, 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 encroachment. Who are the hero twins? You got to let, I don't know the names. But if you read in the Popeye Val, the hero twins are what sports is based on, and shows you that the ball game is a part of creation, that the ball games are sacred. So I'll tell you their names tonight. I don't have them memorized. Plus, I think I'm saying one of them. I think the X is a Z. So Hampanua and Zebop something. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Edward, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. Oh no, I think I'm gonna have Edward on the Macbone Files. We're gonna do some doo-wop. In the still of the night. Or let's go off on the rooftop, up on the roof. I feel like singing tonight, y'all. But yeah. So yeah, I'll break that down later. I read a little bit today, but I don't remember the names. But that's the premise of it. The premise is based on you work with your brother. As I said before, one of the brothers gets his head cut off, and the other brother, replaces his head with a pumpkin. Is like, let's go get these motherfuckers. Let's kill these gods. Let's go get them. We're going to take them out. Don't let that stop you. And that's the kind of, force we work with our brothers. Despite our brother being our opposite, we work with it. Because, again, the way the Christians and the Catholics teach it and the Jewish faith people is you fight with your brother. You fight with him. The American way is you don't fight against each other, you fight with them. And that's where all the division comes from. And that is the European way, is division. Constant division, constant fear, constant attack. And that's what we under. I mean, people love Obama, but Obama passed the right for propaganda. Back in the old school days, men sung like men. Yeah. Young Weezer. What do you think about Brittany Griner? I mean, I don't care. That story is too stupid to believe. First of all, how did she get him in country? First of all. And I said a little bit about the other day. How did she get that shit into Russia? So they knew it was there. I mean, they know these people's habits. It's people that spy and tell on these people. So it's a fake story. Not saying her big man ass ain't in jail, but it's like, fuck her. If you stupid enough to do that, she gets whatever she gets. She could have been set up too. I know that. Could be a bargaining chip. They paid her millions of dollars. I mean, the money's overseas. The money ain't in the WNBA. Motherfuckers don't watch the games like that. None of the teams, the NBA keeps that shit afloat. I mean, them chicks had to fight just to get year-round health coverage. But they don't play year-round. They play like 8 weeks, if that. But being an athlete, you do need that year-round coverage. I'll be the first to admit that. You need that. So it's a non-stupid ass story. She's stupid as fuck, What crystals or stones do I carry with me? All the shit I wear, but the chief protection stone is this one. And this makes you unfuckable. I mean, you ain't getting attacked with too many electronic rays when you fucking with this shit. When this shit is with you, and this is what I filter my water, Royal Sugite. This is the more expensive kind. You see it's almost gray looking when you see the sheen. And I carry a bag of Zoolites, but the shit get too heavy sometimes, so. But I carry these twos in my pockets all the time. This one. And again, for the balance, because I harmonize with these, I carry Shyrite. Shyrite keeps you connected to that deep purple. But it also, what I love about carrying this stuff is this connects you, the information coming in. This really, really is a positive effect on the information you bring in. So that's why I carry Shyrite. Like, it's really good, like looking up information and studying and then going to look at books. This is a good stone to carry that would help with that. The American Civil War was brothers against brothers. Some ways people don't realize that it was religion against religion too. Because again, they brought a lot of them Jewish faith generals. The North had almost 75 generals from out of America. Hey, strong discernment, what's happening? But yeah, it did. I mean, as the Gangs of New York show, Fredericksburg shows it as well. Fredericksburg shows that, the Gangs of New York show how they was taking the Irish and taking them right off the boat, shipping them down south, giving them uniforms and taking them down south right off the boat. As soon as they stepped on American ground, they was going to fight for the North. So NBA is basically charity only because the NBA funds them. Yeah, young Weezer. Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if Edward Snowden's on Putin's intelligence committee. Probably so. Is Royal Sugite and Elite Sugite the same? Yeah, it's the same. Same thing. Um, I don't know. I think Country Girl. I think it's a fear program. It's a fear program. I mean, they've been trying to figure out the God particle. They know where the source come from, and that ain't what they about. They about the anti-source to harmonize with them. That's deep. Yeah, yeah. I always I've shown my harmonizers before. I show them. You guys come to the Chocolate Mountain show tonight around midnight. I'll show you what I use as harmonizers. And harmonizers are a cool little thing for lunch too. You can just go out there and hold them, kind of find your balance, find it, as the bomber crew says, find your wholeness, find your wellness. Yeah, but CERN is just another. It's another field program. Again, they give you what is it? Not the Shiva, the Kali. They give you the Kali. Kali is in front of it with the different arms. And again, it's the destroyer and the creator. They rely more on being the destroyer more than the creator. This false god, this Yabadith, Yabada. Sound like Fred Flintstone, but that energy, the demerge, this is, same thing. This is working with that. This is the my in its greatest. Oh, here she comes. All red faced. What's happening? This is why I'm here, y'all, to pick up the little minis. And as I say always, bye. Till we meet again. Bye. Say less. Bye.